Yo guys, as you can tell by the thumbnail and by the title of this video, I am going to be doing my Backlash 2025 PLE review that officially happened last night, but technically for me it happened today, the early hours in the morning. I say this like quite a few times in my other videos. It's really weird to explain, but technically for me it was on a Sunday morning, but it was on last night. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, anyways, I'm going to be doing my review for the show. I was unsure that I was going to do a review. I did say in, I think it was my Backlash official predictions, or it was my Raw and SmackDown reviews. I think it was in the SmackDown review. I did say that I was going to do a Backlash review, but then once the show actually officially started, I was unsure whether or not to do a Backlash review, because obviously I did do some reaction videos to 3 of the 5 matches that are currently on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go and watch them, just click on my YouTube icon and then you can go ahead and watch those reaction videos. I reacted to the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship, Pat McAfee versus Gunther and Randy Orton versus John Cena. But yeah, so I was unsure if I was going to do a review because I'd done reaction videos, but I was like, the show was just too good for me not to do a review. Obviously, if the show is not like that great, I might not do a review for it, but I'm kind of getting, even though I've only done the reviews for like Raw and SmackDowns and WrestleMania Night 1 and 2, I'm kind of getting in like a groove of like, I now have to do a review, like not because like I'm forced to or anything, but because like I've got it in my head now, because I've done reviews for WrestleMania and I've done reviews for the Raw and SmackDowns before WrestleMania and after WrestleMania, before Backlash. It kind of got it in my head that I kind of need to do reviews now. But no, I do really enjoy doing them, but I don't know, for some reason I was just unsure on whether or not to do a review for today's early morning Backlash, however you want to look at it. Sorry if you can hear my fan. My room is quite hot because it's kind of sunny here. It's like 23 degrees, which is, in England, 23 degrees is quite warm, because we normally about like 13 degrees at the most in England, so for it to be 23 is quite a jump. So, and for some reason my room gets really hot. I don't know if it's because it's so small and there's like TVs and a PlayStation in here, I don't know, but my room tends to get like really hot, so that if you can hear that noise and it's kind of a bit annoying, I am sorry, but I can't not film this without the fan on, because I can't like concentrate properly because I'm so like feeling so hot, so that's why the fan's on. But anyways, it's been a 3-minute intro. Let's kick on with this review before we yabber too much and we end up talking about something completely different that has nothing to do with Backlash, which I was just doing. Anyways, the first match of the night was Ali Knight versus Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest versus Jacob Fatu in a Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. And straight off the back, I am going to be giving my ratings on this match from last night, and the ratings I gave it is a 4 out of 5, because I just felt it was a perfect put together Fatal 4-Way match between 4 incredible wrestlers in the ring that also had incredible showings at both their WrestleMania matches on night 1 and night 2. So to have all 4 of these in a Fatal 4-Way on a Backlash PLE for the United States Championship, I just felt it was well put together. So whoever put creative team, whoever put this match together, big thumbs up to you guys, because it was really enjoyable, and yeah, one of the best Fatal 4-Ways that I've watched in quite a while. I just really enjoyed it, so that's why I've given this match not a high 4 out of 5, because I do like high 4 out of 5s, medium 4 out of 5s, and low 4 out of 5s. I have given this a low 4 out of 5, but it's still a it's still a 4 out of 5, based on the reasons I just explained. But anyways, we had a spot between Drew and McIntyre. Drew and McIntyre. What? We had a spot between Drew and McIntyre. What? We had a spot between Drew and Damian Priest where they did. I can't remember the name of. I can never remember the name of Damian Priest's move because it's like quite like a not a very like known move. Like a lot of wrestlers seem to have like quite simple like named moves, but his I can never remember what it's called. Never remember what it's called. But he anyway. I think it's South of Heaven. Was it South of Heaven? I think it was the South of Heaven that he done to Drew McIntyre. It might have been something else. But anyways, he done that to Drew McIntyre on the outside of the ring onto 2 tables, and apparently, I'm not 100% sure how true this is, but apparently Drew McIntyre hit the back of his head on the pavement, like he completely like overshot it a little bit, so he like hit the back of his head on the pavement. Ouch. That must have, oh, yeah, no, I'm just glad that he's okay, because that must have been quite sore, because obviously they were on top of like a toolbox, like a equipment box, and then obviously Drew got lifted in the air and then slammed down onto 2 tables onto concrete, and he apparently, yeah, like I said, apparently it hit the back of his head on the concrete like very slightly, so hope that he's okay. And also apparently apparently Damian Priest chipped a bit of his tooth, like a bit of his tooth went up into his gum, or like a bit of his tooth came out. So that's crazy. I don't even know how he managed to do that when he was doing a South of Heaven to Drew, so I don't know how that happened, unless it was earlier on in the night when all 4 of them started doing each other's moves on each other. Like, that was such a cool sequence. By the way, I'm not saying what happened in the match like in like particular order apart from the ending. I kind of just speak how what comes to my brain first and second and whatnot. So yeah, this is not in the Pacific order. But anyways, all 4 of them done an absolute fantastic sequence in the ring where they all done their signature or finishing move, and it was just such a nice sequence. Definitely one of my favourite moments in the match. I'm glad that we got a little bit of a one-on-one match between Drew and Damian and LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, because obviously they were the matches that all four competitors had at WrestleManias. At WrestleMania. But I'm glad like not the majority of the match was just one-on-ones between the 4 of them. I'm glad we got like all 4 of them in the ring for like 80% of the match, but then that little bit we did get that clash of them going at each other one-on-one, because obviously the rivalries that they had previous to WrestleMania. So I'm glad we got a little bit of that, but not too much. And Jacob Fatu hit an absolute incredible Samoan drop onto the barricade to, I think it was LA Knight. That was absolutely, that was fantastic. Like, this whole match was just so enjoyable to watch, like from start to finish. So fucking enjoyable. And like I said at the beginning of this match, when I spoke about the reasoning for the 4 stars out of 5, but a low 4 out of 5, is all these reasonings, because it was just so enjoyable and it was such a good match to kick off the show. And what I will say is, quickly before I get onto the match a bit more, is I did like my official Backlash I'm doing a review right now, official Backlash predictions, and if I had swapped Pat McAfee versus Gunther and that Fatal 4-Way to the first match of the night, and then Pat McAfee versus Gunther for the 4th match, I would have got the match order right, which is actually a bit crazy to me. I know there's only 5 matches, but still, to get 5 matches like almost correct in when I was speaking about them in an order that I just felt I wanted to speak about them, is kind of crazy. So I just thought I'd get that out there. I have wrote some stuff down about the matches, because obviously it happened last night and I've slept since, so some of it, what happened, is kind of would go out my head a little bit, so I kind of wrote it down as stuff was happening so I could talk about it with you guys. And then while Drew and Damian were walked backstage to see the medical team because of what happened earlier on. It was just a one-on-one match in the ring between the former United States champion LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. LA Knight was about to do an elbow to Jacob Fatu on the announce table. Solo Sikoa grabbed Jacob Fatu, dragged him off the announce table. LA Knight and LA Knight and Solo Sikoa got into it a little bit. And then we had the free agent debut that everybody in WWE has been wanting him to debut because he was a free agent and he was from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We got the debut of Jeff Cobb. Was not expecting him to debut at all. I honestly thought that Solo Sikoa was just going to come out to help Jacob, and then Jacob was going to get a bit annoyed that Solo's come out to help him because Jacob feels he could do it on his own, and then they wouldn't have like had a brawl or anything, but they would have had like exchanged words, and that would have like helped LA Knight to take the opportunity to take out Solo and Jacob and then possibly win. I was like, oh no. And then that didn't happen. Jeff Cobb debuted. I was like, okay, alright, I am so down for it to be going this way instead of the way that I just explained. And then we got a slight maybe slight maybe turn happening very soon with Jacob Fatu turning face, pretty much, because he's a heel currently at the moment, but everyone loves him because he didn't seem too happy that Solo Sikoa has brought Jeff Cobb into the bloodline without letting Jacob know first that he's bringing in this new free agent guy into the scene with them. So Jacob didn't look too happy about it and was a bit confused to who the hell that was and why the hell he's here. Probably not confused to who he was, but confused to why the hell he was here and why he's come out to help Jacob Fatu, because Jacob, like I said, feels that he could win this match on himself. But Jacob went into the ring, done his signature, done his finisher, and picked up the win. And we still have a United States champion in the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. That was my prediction. I did predict that Jacob Fatu was going to win. Luckily, I changed my prediction because if you'd watched that prediction, I did say that I could kind of see Drew McIntyre winning, and then I changed it and was like, you know what, actually no, my official prediction is going to be Jacob Fatu, and that's what I'm going to go for. So and I said in that video, if I get it wrong and it did go the way of Drew McIntyre winning in the way that I said in that prediction video, I would the prediction video, I would be like, okay, I kind of got it right, but then I wouldn't have got it officially right because I did eventually say that my prediction is Jacob Fatu. So at the moment I am 1 for 1 for matches of the night. Next match of the night that happened was the first Intercontinental Championship of the night, but it was the women's side first, and that was Becky Lynch versus Lara Valkyria. And this match was, again, incredible. Incredible. Becky and Lara have such good chemistry on the mic, in the ring, just brilliant chemistry between those two, and it made this match so enjoyable to watch because of both their chemistry. Because if you look at look at Charlotte Flair and Tiffany's match at WrestleMania Night 1. Was it Night 1? Yeah, Night 1. You would see that both of them just didn't have good chemistry, so the match was kind of like meh at times, a lot of the times. But these two last night, Becky and Lara, have so much chemistry between one another that it just made the match so incredible to watch. I did give this match 3 stars because as much as it was an incredible match, I felt it was not very long, and as much as like I've said, their chemistry was great, there wasn't much to pick up from this match, apart from the ending. So I did give this a high 3 out of 5 stars, but yes, that is my rating for this match. we had multiple crazy kickouts by Lara Valkyria, where I honestly did think that I was going to get my prediction right in Becky Lynch winning, because I did predict in my video that Becky Lynch was going to win the Intercontinental Championship, but obviously that didn't happen. But yeah, we did get multiple near full kickouts by Lara Valkyria, where I was like, alright, okay, my prediction's right, I'm going to go 2 for 2 so far, and we're going to get a new Intercontinental Champion in Becky Lynch. Okay, no, we're not. We're still going, and Lara Valkyria is still our champion. So like I said, did get that one wrong. But to be honest with you, Lara is growing on me a little bit. I'm still not 100% there with Lara Valkyria, but seeing how good she is on the mic, and seeing how good she can have matches with, like, how good chemistry she can have with, like, quite a lot of people, and the show that she put on last night with Becky, and the fact that the crowd is starting to be behind her a little bit more, I am starting to grow to Lara a little bit, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not quite there yet. I think seeing her live when I went to WWE Raw in London on March 31st, I think seeing her live, because she was on the main event against Zoe Stark before Raw officially started, I think that helped a little bit in me liking her, because I got to see, like, how she is with the crowd in, like, person, and how she wrestles in person. So I think that has helped a little bit. Well, actually, I think that's helped a lot, but actually seeing her rivalry with Becky Lynch has helped even more for me to, like, grow a little bit more of a liking to Lara Valkyria. But yeah, Becky also decided that she was going to end this match in a disqualification, and was just not going to win the Intercontinental Championship, because she did grab a chair, which is a very weird moment for her to do, because obviously this was just a one-on-one match, so disqualifications can happen. But yeah, she grabbed the chair, and then the referee took it off of her and chucked it back outside, and as the referee was chucking it out to the ring, outside of the ring, Becky took the turnbuckle off, and then a bit on in the match, the referee noticed that the turnbuckle was off, grabbed the turnbuckle, tried to put it back on, but then noticed that Lara was pinning Becky Lynch, so didn't even end up putting the turnbuckle back on. But we didn't get any cheating from Becky Lynch with her using the turnbuckle, even though the referee didn't even manage to put the turnbuckle back on. We didn't actually get to see Becky, like, cheat, which I actually honestly thought that we were going to get, because obviously her bringing in the chair, taking the turnbuckle off, but then nothing happened with Becky hitting the turnbuckle, or even Lara hitting the turnbuckle. So I don't really understand why the turnbuckle was taken off in the first place if it never got used in the match, the whole match. So that was a bit random. I don't really understand that, but it's what it is. To be fair though, we did have a lot of counters from both of them. We had near falls by both Lara and Becky Lynch throughout that whole match, and there was so many moments that I thought Becky Lynch was going to win, and so many moments that I thought Lara Valkyria was going to retain. So I loved that we did get, like, a lot of multiple near falls by both Becky and Lara, and not just one. Loads of near falls by Lara, or loads of near falls by Becky Lynch. I'm glad we got, like, a mixture of the both, so that's definitely a big thumbs up for me for that match. Apparently Lara's broke her nose, but I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not. It wasn't bleeding or anything, and it didn't look out of place, so I'm not 100% sure if she has actually broke her nose. I would presume if she broke her nose, they would have had to change the storyline mid-match and Becky would have won, but so I don't know how true that is. I mean, she could have done, but I don't know, but apparently she has. I know that Becky Lynch had a gash to her elbow that was bleeding, not loads, but was a little bit. So they both kind of got injured, if Lara's injury is actually true, which I hope it's not, because that means Lara have to vacate the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. But yeah, like I said, if she did break her nose, I'm pretty sure they would have done the X and they would have had to swap storyline mid-match and Becky win the Intercontinental Championship. But because that didn't happen, I'm not 100% sure like if that's true. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Lara won in the end. And then Becky was frustrated that Lara Vacaria beat her. I'm pretty sure it was a roll-up pin that Becky Lynch lost to. Yeah, after the match, Becky Lynch officially attacked Lara Vacaria. So I can definitely see this feud carrying on, and I'm so down for it. Like so down for it, because like I said, they both, like I've said a few times now actually, they both have really good like in-ring chemistry together and good in-ring mic skill chemistry, so I can definitely see them like going on to have like quite a lengthy rivalry, with possibly Bayley getting involved in the rivalry with Becky and Lara, because surprisingly we didn't get no Bayley. I was actually really expecting Bayley to return, because obviously she hasn't been here since WrestleMania. She's been out for 3 weeks now, and it wasn't like a nasty takeout like Jade Cargill's takeout was, because she was on a car. Bayley was just on the floor, so I was expecting Bayley to come and help Lara Vacaria retain, but we didn't see that, which is quite shocking. So I'm expecting in the next match that Becky and Lara have together, that's when Bayley gets involved and sets up a triple threat at maybe SummerSlam, or even Money in the Bank, or even possibly at the Evolution pay-per-view that's supposed to happen in July, the all women's pay-per-view, maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a triple threat between all three of them, because I feel like that would be an incredible match to watch. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep playing with my hair. It's really annoying me. I'm not that this has anything to do with Backlash, but I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow and I can't wait, because really annoying. But yeah, the match, like I've said before, I did give it a 3 stars out of 5, and overall really enjoyable match to watch. The next match that happened on the card was, hang on, I wrote notes down and the page doesn't want to stay down, was the men's side of the Intercontinental Championship, and that was Penta Miero versus the current and still Intercontinental Champion in Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And before we get on to what happened in this match, I did give this match a 3 out of 5. I gave it a medium 3 out of 5, because I do feel that this match should have not been on Backlash. As much as I love Penta, he's probably one of my favourite wrestlers right now, and as much as I love Dominic Mysterio, it kind of just felt like a Raw match. It didn't feel like a PLE match, especially when the Judgment Day got involved and Americano got involved, a Grande Americano got involved. It kind of made it even more feel like a Raw match, because normally when we have interferences by the Judgment Day at a PLE, it's normally like one person gets involved, like, or maximum of like 2 people, but the whole group kind of got involved, and Americano, so it made it feel even more like a Raw match, not a PLE match. As much as it was a really enjoyable match to watch, like I said, I did give it a 3 out of 5, which is still good. It did feel like a Raw match, and I really do feel that this match should have been replaced with Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. That match should have been in that 3rd spot than Penta versus Dominic Mysterio, because we did have the Intercontinental Championship on the match already with the women's side, so we didn't really need the men's side to have a match, especially when we have seen Penta versus Dominic like a few times now. So I definitely do feel that this could have been the spot where they did do Braun and Seth versus Sami and CM Punk, but Oh well. I'm not gonna get too much into that tag team match that I just spoke about it, because I'm gonna see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown, tomorrow night on Raw. But I can see, I'm gonna say it quickly. I can see that match being a Saturday Night Main Event, but I'll explain more when I do my prediction for that show. But yeah. The Mexican Destroyer on the apron was fucking incredible though. Like, fucking incredible. Like, Penta is so good. Like, I'm so glad I've got to see Penta live so early on in his WWE career, because he's just so incredible to watch. It's just his attire, his in-ring ability, considering his size, because he's quite a big guy. His entrance music, just everything about the guy, like, I love at the moment. And like I said, he probably is one of my favourite wrestlers at the moment. But yeah, no, that Mexican Destroyer on the apron was just fucking incredible. And we also got him flying over the referee onto the Judgment Day members, because obviously they got involved, unfortunately, which was fucking crazy. Like, how he can lift himself up that high, considering his size, is just, do it so smoothly, is just crazy to me. So that was a big thumbs up move from me, that it went so smoothly. Yeah, but other than that, there's not really much else to talk about when it comes to that match. Like I said a couple of times now, it was a 3 out of 5, but quite in the middle 3 out of 5, because that's the only two things I have to take away from the match. With the Mexican Destroyer on the apron, and then the Penta flying over the top rope to land on the Judgment Day. And then also Americano getting involved and costing Penta the match. Probably setting up America. Probably, I don't know who it's going to be, but definitely Rey Fenix and Penta versus, or actually, we could just get a one-on-one match between Penta and Grande Americano at Triple AA in June, in like 3 weeks time. So that no, 4 weeks time, sorry. So we possibly could get that match at Triple A, which I'd be so down to see, because Chad Gable's amazing in the ring, and so is Penta. And obviously we've seen that match before, because technically that is Chad Gable as Americano. Like, it's very obvious. But like I said, well, like I was just saying, we have seen that match before, so we know that them two can have a really incredible match. So I can see them doing that match at Triple AA. But in terms of like this match being on Backlash, I just feel like it wasn't worthy to be on Backlash. I definitely do feel that this should have been that tag match that I spoke about earlier on instead. But it is what it is. But I did get this prediction right, and Dominic Mysterio did win, so I am currently two for 3, because I picked Becky Lynch to win, but yeah, she didn't win. I don't know if I said that when I was speaking about that match or not. I can't exactly remember if I did. Okay, now we are on to Pat McAfee versus Gunther in a one-on-one match. We had no interferences by Goldberg, which I actually was expecting. I'm not entirely sure why this match happened in the first place now. It is a bit of a random match to have on a PLE with no, like, body coming out to be Gunther's next contender, or next match, or rivalry, sorry. So I'm not 100% sure why this match actually did happen. A bit random, but I'm here for it, because it was a really good and enjoyable match to watch, surprisingly. But at the same time, I am a bit like really confused to why this match actually happened in the first place. I know why it happened in the first place, because obviously Gunther pushed Michael Cole and Pat McAfee and attacked both Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, so I can understand why the match happened, but at the same time I can't, because obviously Pat McAfee's a commentator, he's not a wrestler. He's not a signed wrestler, he's a signed commentator for WWE, so that bit I'm a little bit confused of why he had a match, but I don't know. But I did give this match a low 3 out of 5 stars, just for the simple fact alone that it wasn't a squash match, and Pat McAfee got to show his wrestling style, and so did Gunther, obviously the majority of the match, but we didn't just have a squash match. So that's why I have given this match a 5 out of 5. No, I did not. A 3 out of 5 is because I'm getting distracted by my hair. It's really annoying me, that little gap there. It's really, really annoying me. But yeah, we got a 13, almost 14-minute match, which is crazy to me. Crazy that we got just a normal one-on-one match. And I love that Michael Cole was like one of the main like focuses in this match. Like the commentators were the main focus, because like I've said in my prediction video, we don't get this very often where we get a commentator versus a wrestler. So it is quite nice to see that. But I do really, really love that the whole main focus was on Michael Cole, Wade Barrett and Pat McAfee for this match. And it was like the commentators had a storyline. It was really, really enjoyable to see. There was a moment in the match where it kind of went a bit sloppy because obviously Pat tripped coming over the top rope. But I'm not going to like moan about that too much, because we all have to remember that he's not an in-ring wrestler. He is an athlete, but he's not an in-ring wrestler. He's a commentator. So we have to understand that he's not going to be absolutely amazing in the ring when that's not the job that he signed WWE to do. So that kind of made the match go a little bit down a little bit. Not that it's really Pat McAfee's fault, but when stuff does happen like that, it does make the match go a bit lower in my eyes, because you do practice, and you are on live TV, so you kind of need to be like on your game. So when the stuff like that does happen, it does make it go down just a little bit, not loads, but like a little bit, because like it shouldn't happen, especially because it was his own doing. If it was by accident, like with like a move or something, then I wouldn't, maybe, depending on how the move, I guess, botched. But him jumping over the rope and tripping, it kind of like, yeah, made it a little bit down a bit. But yeah, no, the match, I'm just really surprised that the match went on longer than it did. There's not really much to say about this match because it was 90% Gunther. But again, I did give this a 3 out of 5 just for the simple fact how long it was, and even though I've already said this, but just, yeah, how long it was, and the fact that Pat got to chop Gunther a few times, and his kicks were really nice to Gunther, to be fair. Like, I have to give him that. Like, he is really good at, like, kicking. Like, he didn't make it look terrible, he made it look good. So for that reasoning alone as well, I have kept this at a 3 out of 5. It could have easily been a 2 out of 5 if it was like a really short match, but based on it being quite long, I have, yeah, like I said, I felt it was alright. But no, and then after the match finished, I was expecting Gunther to either attack Michael Cole or Pat McAfee again, and then that's when Goldberg comes out to help Pat McAfee, but we didn't. We got a Gunther showing good sportsmanship to Pat McAfee and doing a kind of a salute to Pat McAfee, which was really surprising. So are they turning Gunther face, or was Gunther just did that on his own doing, like it wasn't part of the storyline, he just done good sportsmanship? I don't know, but it has made me wonder what's next for Gunther, especially considering the fact that Goldberg didn't come out. So I don't really know what's next for Gunther, which is quite surprising that we didn't get anybody coming out to help Pat McAfee. Like, it could have not been Gunther, like it could have been somebody, but to set up Gunther's next storyline, but we didn't get anybody, so that was quite surprising to me, because now we don't know what's going on with him storyline wise. But I guess we'll just wait and see. But yeah, this probably might be surprising, but I enjoyed Pat McAfee versus Gunther more than I enjoyed Jey Uso versus Gunther. I just felt like, I don't know what it was, but I just I just enjoyed this match a lot more than I did Jay versus Gunther, because I feel like the powerbomb that Jay done and some other stuff that happened in that match, but I don't know, it's just not a really memorable match for me. But yeah, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, I feel like I'm going to remember what happened for a while, because I just felt like I felt it went the complete opposite than I thought it was going to go, so I just personally like quite enjoyed watching it more. I don't know. Like, I did feel that Jay had a really good showing against Gunther, and it's probably one of Jay's best matches. But I don't know, I just felt I really enjoyed this one a bit more. I think it's because Jay versus Gunther was too obvious. Like, Jay was definitely going to win. And obviously Jay's a wrestler, when Pat McAfee's not, even though it was obvious that Gunther was going to win, but Pat McAfee's not a wrestler, but Jay also is, so it's a bit different. Yeah, but no, I quite enjoyed it. But yeah, guys, we are now on to the main event of Backlash, and that is Randy Orton versus the undisputed champion John Cena in an absolute classic. This match I gave a 4 out of 5 because this was just incredible. Like, what the hell was WWE thinking to give us this absolute in my personal opinion, 4-star classic Randy Orton and John Cena match at a Backlash, but yet at WrestleMania Night 2, WrestleMania is a 2-show PLE now, Night 2 of WrestleMania, John Cena's last ever WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes, who was on this storyline of trying to get the gold, had the worst match of the whole card from Night 1 and Night 2 at WrestleMania. It's crazy to me, just so crazy to me that they booked John Cena and Cody Rhodes' match like they did, but yet at a Backlash PLE against Randy Orton and against Randy Orton, they booked John Cena to have this incredible match. Like, what were they thinking? What was the creative team thinking when they were like, you know what, we're going to do this match for WrestleMania, it's going to be great? Like, what were they thinking? Because I really don't understand that, because that was WrestleMania, and they did the worst match of WrestleMania history, in the main event of WrestleMania history. That was the worst match in my opinion, because it was even worse than The Miz versus John Cena in 2011, because that was just terrible, and I just don't understand it, because if Randy Orton and John Cena had had a similar match to what he had with Cody Rhodes, I would have been like, alright, okay, this is the storyline matches we're getting with John Cena. He's going to cheat, their matches aren't going to be that great, they're going to be quite short, and he's going to ruin wrestling. Alright, okay, this is what's going on, this is what we're getting, alright, and I'll deal with it. But the fact that we got a 4-star, again in my opinion, a 4-star classic between Randy Orton, who has severe back injuries, and John Cena, who's heading towards the end of his career, and sort of Randy Orton is as well. But we got that type of match between the both of them, but yet Cody Rhodes is in the prime of his career right now, and was the undisputed champion because he had chased it for so long, versus a John Cena that's on a retirement tour, heading into his last ever WrestleMania, and they put on that match. It's just crazy to me, like, so crazy that they done that match so shockingly bad, but yet done this one last night so incredible. Like, thank you to Triple H and TKO, or the creative team, whoever came up with this match to make it go the way that it did. But what the hell were you guys doing when it came to WrestleMania? Like, if Cody Rhodes and John Cena had put on a match similar to what they did last night with John Cena and Randy Orton, Night 2 of WrestleMania would have gone down in the best WrestleMania Night 2 and probably best WrestleMania in WWE history, because we would have got an incredible Night 2 from start to finish, but they fucked it up with the main event. So yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling on about WrestleMania, but I just had to get it out, because it's just so mind-blowing to me how awful they decided to book the Cody Rhodes and John Cena match. Like, I feel so bad for Cody Rhodes. Like, Cody Rhodes got to have we got to see a one-on-one match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, like the John Cena of WWE now, versus John Cena, and Cody Rhodes was booked so terribly. It's just really frustrating for me, and I just feel so bad for Cody Rhodes, so bad. But it is what it is. So let's talk about the main event that happened last night. That again was absolutely incredible. The beginning, not gonna lie, was a bit like this though. Just for the simple fact alone, and it was kind of like a signature and finisher fest. I think Randy Orton done like 5 RKO's, and John Cena done like 4 attitude adjustments in the space of like 10 minutes. So there was a lot of like finishes and signatures going on for the first like 10-12 minutes of the match. So that was, as much as I did enjoy that, because it was nice to see multiple AAs and multiple RKO's, but at the same time it was kind of getting a bit annoying that we constantly just kept seeing them do their finishes. So yeah, it was quite a finish fest at the beginning of the match. If that had happened at the end of the match, I would have been like, alright, okay, it kind of makes a little bit of sense, but it happened at the beginning of the match, so it was a little bit random, but I did enjoy it, but it was getting to the point where it was like, okay, enough now. Like, can we actually have a match of just them both just doing the finishes on each other? But the second half of the match was amazing, like absolutely incredible. We got a AA by Randy Orton, not John Cena, onto the announce table that didn't break, and then broke 3 seconds, like 5-6 seconds later, and Randy Orton was like, well, now you break. And then because that didn't break, Randy Orton got out a table, and then done an AA to John Cena, again, not John Cena doing the AA, again it was Randy Orton, onto the table, which did break this time, and then Randy Orton, being the funny character that he is, and just funny guy that he is, took a sip of the Prime and was like, oh, this is disgusting, this fucking shit, and then put it back down. That was funny. I had to include that in this review, because that was just probably one of my favourite moments of the match, because it was just, I was not expecting Randy Orton to have a Prime drink mid-match, and then like the facial expressions he was pulling was just fucking hilarious. But yeah, we got 2 AAs onto announce tables and a table, which was fucking incredible to see, considering that this was a one-on-one match. So if the referee would have seen it, it would have ended in disqualification, but luckily the referee didn't see it. And then we got multiple ref bumps. Like, I think the referee that was in the ring from the start of the match got taken out twice, and then another referee came out, I'm pretty sure, and he got taken out with the chair. I think it was the title shot to the face, that referee got taken out with. Yeah, it was. So that was crazy. We got multiple ref bumps, which I absolutely loved. It did become quite a overbooked match, but sometimes I like overbooked matches. Like, sometimes there'll be like overbooked matches and I'll be like, okay, that was terrible, but it always depends on how they overbook it. If they overbook it like correctly to my liking, then I will say that it was a good overbooked mess, and this match was one of the moments where the overbooked mess was very decent and definitely was a big thumbs up. But obviously the referees kept getting taken out, so Nick Aldis and WWE security and officials came into the ring to see what the hell was going on, and at this point Randy Orton had RKO John Cena and was pinning John Cena, but there was no referee, and then we counted to 12, so technically Randy Orton is champion right now. If we got VAR on that, technically Randy Orton is champion. But yeah, Nick Aldis and security and officials ran into the ring. Randy Orton was pissed that a referee didn't run into the ring. These lot ran into the ring, so Randy Orton RKO'd the living shit out of all of them. So I think we got like 9 or I don't know, 12 maybe, 9 to 12 RKO's in that whole match, which is just crazy. We just literally got an RKO fest. We literally had an RKO festival during that whole match, and an AAA festival as well. AA festival because obviously Randy Orton hit the AAA twice. John Cena hit the AAA like 4 times. We got like 6 AAAs, 9 to 12 RKOs. It was literally just a finishing fest throughout the whole match. It was crazy. But no, I really liked the overbooked mess that happened. And then Randy Orton was about to punt kick John Cena, and out of nowhere, John Cena's childhood hero, R-Truth, got in the way of John Cena to stop Randy Orton punt kicking John Cena, and and Randy Orton RKO'd. Poor R-Truth. Some people are saying that was a shit ending, but if you like wrestling, if you love wrestling, if you like wrestling, if you've watched wrestling for a while, you will know that was not a shit ending compared to the WrestleMania 41 ending. Like, come on, like, this ending that happened last night and that overbooked mess that happened last night was way better than the match between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Come on. Like, I can understand that some people, I guess I can understand that some people may be annoyed by how overbooked it was at the end, but personally, in my opinion, I really enjoyed it. Like, I felt it wasn't too overbooked, because Nick Aldis and that tend to come out a lot when obviously people are attacking each other. So to me, that didn't really feel like overbooked mess, because that happens a lot anyway. And then R-Truth coming out was the only person to come out. So I didn't mind the overbooked stuff. I quite enjoyed it. But yeah, R-Truth came out to help. John Cena unfortunately got RKO'd, and then John Cena low blowed Randy Orton, hit Randy Orton with the belt. The referee came out. 1, 2, 3. John Cena is still our WWE undisputed champion. Incredible. Like, I'm so thankful that we got an incredible match. I was really worried that we were going to get a very similar match to Cody and John, but luckily we didn't get that. We got an absolute classic by John Cena and Randy Orton. Probably one of my favourite matches that they've done together. Which is just crazy to say considering their ages and how long they are into their careers. It was incredible. Like, an absolutely incredible PLE. Like, out of 10, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I personally really enjoyed this, but out of 5, I've given it a 4 out of 5. Because let me actually, because I said that really quickly. So yeah, 4 out of 5, and if I was rating it out of 10 out of 10, I would have given it a 9 out of 10. Incredible PLE, like, so incredible. We did get a promo by John Cena after the match had finished, saying that he wants competition, and I was actually expecting like somebody to like come out and attack John Cena. I was actually expecting CM Punk, to be honest with you, but then I was like, hang on a minute, CM Punk was watching Backlash on his couch, so I don't think he would have got there in time. So I was like, it can't be CM Punk, but personally I did think it was going to be somebody. Apparently we are getting R-Truth versus John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event, and I'm not going to go into much of a theory that I have for that match, and have for that kind of PLE, not PLE, I don't know, however you want to look at it, because yeah, I do have some opinions on what I believe is going to happen, but this is a Backlash review, so I'm not going to get onto that yet. But the reason I'm speaking about R-Truth facing John Cena is because obviously John Cena, attitude adjustment, R-Truth at the press conference, because R-Truth said that people say that you can't wrestle and you suck. So John Cena at AA R-Truth in the press conference room, so that has apparently set up R-Truth versus John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event, which I'm actually so down for. Like, so down for, based on a theory that I do possibly see happening at that PLE show. But yeah, like I've just said, I'm not going to get into it because I'll speak about that when I feel the matches are officially confirmed, if we get the match that I believe is going to happen at that show officially confirmed. But yeah, I'm not going to speak too much on that now. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy this Backlash review, and I hope you enjoyed my reaction videos to the 3 matches that I said earlier on in this video that I reacted to. I will say them again. The Fatal 4-Way for United Champion, Pat McAfee versus Gunther, because I thought Goldberg was going to come back, so I filmed the reaction video for that, but that ended up not happening. And then obviously Randy Orton versus John Cena. I do have another video coming out tomorrow. It is a Euroshop unboxing video, and I do have a video coming out on Tuesday as well, and that will obviously be my Raw review. So I do have some more videos coming out later on this week as well, which I won't speak about yet, because I haven't actually officially filmed those videos yet. I'm going to be filming them very, very soon. But anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy my Backlash review. Let me know in the comment section down below what's your rating out of 10 or out of 5, however you want to look at it. And let me know what was your favourite match of the night. And yeah, guys, this has been Charlie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.